Hello everybody, welcome to this video where we are going to discuss about the transport layer flow control, and today we are going to look at a very important metric, okay, which will help us to decide two things. First of all, it will help us to decide which algorithm for flow control we are going to use. And what are the algorithms? The algorithms were stop and wait, ARQ, go back N, ARQ, and the third one was selective repeat, ARQ. So this important metric will help us to find out which of these protocols should we use for flow control. Also, if we are using the sliding window protocols, that is either go back N or selective repeat, then this will also tell me what should be the window size at the sender, and at the receiver. So we will see, look at this metric. So what is this metric? This metric is called the bandwidth delay product. Bandwidth delay product. So from the name here, you can see it says bandwidth. So it is bandwidth. We have the bandwidth, we have the delay, and we have the product of the two. So bandwidth delay product, or BDP, is a product of the link bandwidth, the bandwidth of the link, and the delay and the link delay. So what exactly is this bandwidth and what exactly is this link? Okay, so if you think that your link is a pipe like this, okay, and you are sending some data from this side and it is coming out from the other side. So this is the sender, this is the receiver. Okay, so the bandwidth, the link bandwidth, will tell you how much data, or how many bits can be sent through the link at a time. So bandwidth is equal to number of bits that you can send through the link at a time. Okay, so if you can send one bit only through this link at a time, then its bandwidth is 1 bit. If you are saying that the bandwidth of a channel is 1 kbps, okay, 1 kilobits per second, it indicates that 1 kilobit, we consider it to be 1000, but actually it is 1024. So 1024 bits can be sent per second through the pipe. So if you have a higher bandwidth, that means more data can be sent, and you have lower bandwidth, so less data can be sent. So this is clear to you. The next thing is the delay, link delay. So what is the link delay? The link delay is the time that is taken by a bit to start from the sender and to reach the receiver. So time taken by a bit to travel through a link okay, from one end to the other. Okay, and since this is time, it is measured in seconds. Its unit is seconds or milliseconds or any time measurement. So if I say the link bandwidth is, or the link delay is say 100 milliseconds, then it means that for one single bit to reach from here to the other end, it takes 100 milliseconds. Okay, so to give you an example from real life, let's say now people are all talking about vaccinations. So let's assume that there is a vaccination center and it has one entry and one exit. All right, so people are queuing up to get vaccinated. Now, if inside the vaccination room there are 3 counters, that means at a time 3 people can go inside and get vaccinated. Okay, so that is the bandwidth. 3 people at a time, that is the bandwidth. So if they decide that I'm going to put 6 different counters for vaccination in the same room, then that means 6 people can enter at the same time inside the room. So that is your bandwidth. Now after the vaccination, the person has to sit for 30 minutes to check for any adverse reaction. With that, you can add some 10 minutes, say, for actually administering the vaccine and for checking the Aadhaar card and so on. So that is nothing but your delay. So your delay would be 30 minutes plus 10 minutes. So 40 minutes would be the delay. After that, the person can come out from the exit. So this is just to give you an example of the bandwidth and the link delay. Now, link delay does not take into consideration extraordinary delays that can happen. Like suppose if the person does not take his Aadhaar card, there will be extraordinary delay. Okay, the person has to wait till somebody brings the Aadhaar card. So that is a delay which is not taken into account. Okay, so that is the concept of bandwidth and link delay. So our BDP is a product of this link bandwidth and the delay. So what does it actually tell me? Suppose I say that my link bandwidth is 25 kbps, kilobits per second. Okay, and my link delay is 100 milliseconds, SEC. So what is my BDP? My BDP here would be 25 kbps into 100 milliseconds. So we convert it into seconds. 25 kbps into 0.1 second. Okay, so this gives me 2.5 kilobits. So 2.5 kilobits. This means approximately 2500 bits. Okay, 2500 or 2.5 into 1024. Approximately, I am considering it to be 2500. This many bits will be there in the pipe at any point of time. Will be there inside this pipe. So that means in 0.1 second, 2.5 bits can be sent from one end of the link to the other. Now in the transport layer, we talk about segments. All right, so we talk about segments. So let's say the segment size is fixed, which is say 100 bits. Each segment is of 100 bits. Okay, then our BDP in terms of segment is 2.5, approximately 2.5 segments. Again, I'm repeating, I'm considering 1K to be 1000 instead of 1024. So this is approximation. So 2.5 segments. Okay, so that means I can have at a time, I can have 2.5 segments inside the link, inside the pipe. Now, another another factor is there, that is called the round trip time. Round trip time. So round trip time, or RTT, is the time taken for a segment to be sent and an acknowledgement to be received. Okay, so a bit is sent from one end to the other end, and then it comes back here. Let's say, so for a bit to travel from one end to the other end, and the acknowledgement to come back from the receiver to the sender. So this is a round trip delay. So this is approximately again equal to 2 times of the link delay. Again, we are not talking about extraordinary delays. So in general, it can be represented as 2 times the link delay, one for going and one for coming back. So again, if we look at this from the point of view of segments, so we can say that the round trip time, if the round trip time is for a segment to reach from the sender to the receiver and the acknowledgement for that segment to come back, so based on a pipe or a link with a particular bandwidth, it will be how many segments, let's say. So here if our link delay was, we had considered the link delay to be 100 milliseconds, so this would be 0.2 seconds, right? So the round trip time would be 0.2 seconds. So as we had seen earlier, if say in 0.1 time from the BTP, we saw that in 0.1 seconds you can have how many outstanding segments? 2.5 segments can be outstanding. Okay, so in 0.2 seconds you can have double of this, that means 5 segments outstanding. Okay, so from the BTP now we can say that at a time we can have 5 segments which is outstanding given the bandwidth of 25 kbps and link delay of 100 milliseconds. Okay, so we can say that we can have at most 5 segments which is outstanding. Now if we look at this, this we can look at it from this perspective also, that is, you have the sender and you have the receiver. Okay, so you have one pipe for sending segments, so at a time 2.5 segments can be here. This is for sending data from sender to receiver, and you have another pipe here from receiver to sender, so this is also, its capacity would be 2.5. so this is for sending acknowledgements from receiver to sender. Okay, so at any point of time the BDP gives how many bits can be held in the pipe in its full capacity. So this pipe is full and this pipe is full, so total how many segments can be, or how many bits can be there in the pipes, in the two pipes, okay, the sending pipe and the receiving pipe, okay, so that it is used to its full capacity. Now why we want full capacity? We would like to utilize this link to the maximum, so we would like to send as much as we can. Okay, so when we say that at a time 5 segments can be outstanding, it means that the sender pipe can have 2.5 segments and the receiver side pipe can have 2.5 acknowledgements, okay, at the same time. So based on this, now we have said that based on the BDP we got that 5 segments can be outstanding. 5 segments can be outstanding at a time. So if you recall from the sliding window protocol, the size of the sending window is of at the sender and the receiver will have how many segments you can send without having to wait for an acknowledgement. So that is how many segments can be outstanding. So based on this, you can set the window size to 5 segments. Okay, so one information is through the BDP you get how many segments can be outstanding at a time. So this will help you set the window size. Two other factors that will help you set the window size would be based on the protocol that you're using. If you're using go back n, then your max window size is max window size is 2 to the power n minus 1. Okay, and if you are using selective repeat, then your max window size is given by 2 to the power n by 2. Now if we have not discussed these topics, I will give you some material where you will get this. So from the BDP we get how many segments can be outstanding at a time, and then depending on which sliding window you're using, the maximum size are there. So it has to be, so you get a minimum value from BDP, minimum window size from BDP, and you get a maximum size from the protocol that you are going to use. So these two information will help you to decide what would be the window size in order to have full utilization of the link capacity. Okay, so that is the window size. That is about, from the BDP we get the window size. So let me take one example. Okay, I have also said that with the BDP you can not only find out what would be the typical good, what would be a good window size for maximum utilization of the link. I also said that you can decide which of the protocols you're going to use. So let's see an example for this. So I have, say, bandwidth. I have a bandwidth of 1 Mbps. 1 Mbps. Delay is 1 milliseconds. Okay, and my segment size is 1 KB. Okay, so 1 KB here, if I consider this to be, this is 1K, this is capital B, remember this is capital B, means kilobytes. So this is 1024 bytes. This is 8 into 1024 bits. Okay, this is the segment size. Now what is the BDP? BDP would be bandwidth, which is 1 Mbps, into link delay, which is 1 milliseconds. So what do you get? The BDP, you get the BDP as 1 KB, 1 kilobit. 1 kilobit, again I will consider this as 1024, let's say 1024. So you see that at a time the BDP is 1024 bits. So that means the link can hold only 1024 bits at a time. In 1 milliseconds it can hold 1024 bits. Now our segment size here is 8 times that. So that means at a time I cannot have, my whole pipe would be filled with bits and it will not even be one segment. So I have 1024 bits will make this make this pipe full. but my segments, and this is only 1/8 of the segment. Okay, so here it doesn't make sense to use the sliding window. Sliding window we use because we don't want to send one segment and wait for an acknowledgement. But here at a time I cannot send more than one segment. I cannot send even a full segment. Okay, I'll need 8 times to send one full segment. So here the sliding window protocols would not be a good fit. Instead, what I have to use, I can use the stop and wait. So my link capacity is giving, or the bandwidth delay product is giving me is telling me that here if I choose stop and wait, then this is the best option I can select instead of using sliding window. Because remember, sliding window has got all the associated additional work that has to be done. You have to maintain the sender window, you have to maintain the receiver window, you have to maintain the sequence number. So all these are to be maintained in case of sliding window, which you don't need in case of stop and wait. So stop and wait is less complex, and in this, given this scenario, given this network matrix, okay, that would be the best option. So in this today's video, we have seen that the BDP, the bandwidth delay product, can help you to choose which algorithm, which flow control algorithm you're going to use. And if you are using sliding window, then it will also help you to find the right window size. Find the right window size for full utilization of the link. So that is all about our flow control. In our next video, we are going to talk about buffers, because for flow control, we also have to consider the buffers that are there at the sender side and at the receiver side.